Jerry, we'll get started. Jerry.
Okay. So good morning and welcome to the special Finance Committee meeting being held on June 3rd, 2020. I think, does Kim and Mike have to do some preliminary introductions?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so I'm going to pass that off over to Kim and to Mike, and then it comes back to me, and I'll advance. Thanks.
You got it. Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. In attendance this morning, we have Al Carney, John Johnson, John Gardner, Wellington Chen, Beryl Snyder, Joan Sullivan, Jerry Romsky, Tracy Raleigh, Brian Chesnicki, and Adrian Swirsky. Mike?
Mike is having difficulty muting and unmuting.
I'm looking for him.
Thanks, Kim. Thank you, Chair Romsky. On March 7th, 2020, Governor Cuomo declared a disaster emergency in the state of New York due to the outbreak of the novel coronavirus, or COVID-19. Pursuant to Governor Cuomo's subsequent executive order 202.1 dated March 12, 2020, as extended by executive orders 202.14 and 202.28, today's special meeting of the Finance Committee of the Dormitory Authority of the State of New York, or DASNY, is being conducted telephonically. Executive Order 202.1 as extended provides in relevant part that Article 7 of the Public Officers Law, known as the Open Meetings Law, is suspended through June 7th, 2020 to the extent necessary to permit any public body to meet and take such actions authorized by the law without permitting in-person access to meetings and authorizing such meetings to be held remotely by conference call or similar device, provided that the public has the ability to view or listen to such proceeding and that such meetings are recorded and later transcribed. The location of today's special telephonic meeting is designated as the DASNY headquarters, 515 Broadway, Albany, New York, where I am located. Notice of this meeting has been posted in the standard locations that are publicly accessible. Notice has also been posted prominently on the DASNY.org public website. And I'll make a note that we did amend the website to address a change by Zoom to require a password, and that password is posted this morning, and that we deferred the start of this meeting to 11:30 to allow that word to get around. In accordance with EO 202.1 as extended and the DASNY bylaws, an audio recording of this meeting will be accessible from DASNY's website at www.dasny.org not later than 2 business days after the close of the meeting, and today's proceedings will also be transcribed and posted as soon thereafter as is reasonable and practicable under the circumstances. I will now turn the meeting back over to Jerry Romsky, Chair of the Finance Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Just Al and Tracy. I have Al and Tracy, right? We have a full committee. I missed that.
Yes,
right,
Jerry.
Tracy? Okay,
That's
thank you.
correct. I'm here as well, Jerry. Yep.
Thanks, Tracy. So may I have a motion to go into executive session to discuss the financial and credit history of particular corporations, proposed, pending, or current litigation, and the employment history of particular persons or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of particular persons. Al or Tracy?
So moved. This is Tracy Raleigh.
Thank you, Tracy. Al, second. Thank you, Al. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, we're going to go into executive session. I remind all, I will not release the number, Mike, but everybody has to call into another number now. Thank you. Thank you, Kim. COVID-19 has had a very severe impact on many organizations, and that includes SUNY. At the committee meeting, we discussed the credit history of SUNY, which has a proposal on today's agenda. And while in executive session, no action was taken, and having returned from executive session, we are now back in public session. The financing we're considering today is the State University of New York dormitory facilities, and it will be presented by Portia. Thank you, Portia. Hello?
Are you on mute, Portia? Portia?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, SUNY campuses transitioned from in-person classroom instruction to distance learning during the spring semester. Most of the students left campus and were discouraged from returning to campus until further notice. SUNY recognizes that it's important and indeed prudent to exercise strategic, forward-looking risk management that places the SUNY Residence Hall program in the best financial position should the COVID-19 pandemic have a prolonged existence. While revenues are anticipated to be impacted due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the impact on the SUNY dorm program's operations are not known at this time. So today, staff is requesting that the finance recommend that the board adopt documents on behalf of the State University of New York Dormitory Facility Revenue Bonds Program to refund and restructure certain SUNY dorm bonds, that includes bonds under the old program and the new program, to provide 2 years of debt service relief. The bonds will be issued in one or more series of fixed and or variable rate, tax-exempt and or taxable bonds in an amount not to exceed $365 million to be undertaken on a public or private negotiated basis at one or more times. The proposed restructuring will provide additional liquidity to assist SUNY during this time of uncertainty. The restructuring is expected to provide aggregate debt service relief of approximately $325 million in fiscal year 2021 and fiscal year 2022, but does not provide aggregate savings on a net present value basis. The proceeds are expected to be deposited into an escrow to be used to pay debt service in fiscal years 2021 and 2022. The bonds are expected to be issued on a taxable basis, and there may be a small tax-exempt piece as well. The SUNY Residence Hall program, as you know, operates on 25 campuses throughout the state and has served over 65,000 students on an annual basis. As you know, the Residence Hall program is a self-supporting program of SUNY, generating revenues to support its operations, annual maintenance, and debt service. The program is supported by rents, fees, and charges of the dorm rentals. Given the uncertainty at this time, SUNY is seeking financial flexibility. Just in terms of perspective, in the last fiscal year, that's fiscal year 2019, the SUNY dormitory facilities generated total revenues of approximately $618 million and total expenditures of approximately $375 million, which resulted in debt service coverage ratio of approximately 1.5 times. As you know, SUNY executed an assignment to DASNY of its rights in dormitory facilities revenues, and SUNY is required to immediately deliver such revenues without appropriation to the Commissioner of Taxation and Finance for deposit into the Dormitory Facilities Revenue Fund. Monies are used first to pay debt service on the old SUNY dorm bonds and then debt service on the new SUNY dorm bonds. The amounts remaining in the fund after payment of debt service, operating and maintenance, and repair and placement reserves and fees on the old SUNY dorm program and on the new SUNY dorm bonds is released free and clear of the lien of the indenture for SUNY to use for any lawful purpose. Since debt service will be provided for 2 years, this restructuring will enable the rents, fees, and charges, net of DASNY and other fees, to flow back to SUNY to be used for any lawful purpose, including operations of the dorm facilities. This will be the 7th financing under the new SUNY Dorms program. It should be noted that in March, the DASNY board adopted documents on behalf of the State University of New York Dormitory Facility Revenue Bonds Program for a taxable advance refunding. That authorization will remain outstanding, and in the event that the market conditions are such that SUNY can proceed with the refundings for savings, we will do so. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Portia. Are there any other questions or concerns for Portia or anyone?
I don't have any, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is Tracy still there? Okay. Thank you, Tracy. Can I get a motion to hearing any questions or concerns? Can I get a motion to recommend approval of this hearing at today's board meeting?
So moved. This is Wellington. By the way, I was muted before. You guys, I can hear you guys. You cannot hear me.
Okay.
Tracy, are you still there?
It sounds like Tracy might have checked out. So, Al, could you please make the motion? I'll second.
Yes, of course. Jerry,
one thing, if I can,
Yes.
I can just raise it. We also have bond counsel present today to give their presentation, and that'll be made at the board and not during the finance committee meeting. Thank you.
Yes, correct. Thank you very much, Mike, for pointing that out. I got to go back to the vote. So, Al, you moved.
I've moved and you seconded, Mr. Chairman. We're prepared to vote.
And right, and all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Hearing none, that motion. Did I get Tracy there? Thank you, Tracy.
I am I am hearing Jerry, yes. Yep.
We got it. It's 12:30, so thank you. Okay, so that motion carries. Unless anyone has anything else, that will conclude our agenda for today's special Finance Committee meeting.
I move that we adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second that, and Tracy will vote in favor. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
That motion carries. Thank you very much. Now, what do we do next? We call back in to the other